Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they are ushering in the New World Order. Now, I want to get into this because so many people are going to accept this. They're going to buy into it because what they're ushering in, because what's hindering them right now from having a total global society is a cashless society. But they're ushering in the New World Order right now. They're doing step by step towards a cashless society. India, the Indian citizens, or was it 1.2 billion of the citizens already are into biometrics, and Nigeria is going into biometrics, and I think Israel is going into biometrics. But I want to get into this. They are treating us like criminals. Okay, this is a total control grid, because as the New World Order continues to approach us, we're going to see more surveillance cameras being set up all over the world, everywhere, because it's part of their control grid. Because you cannot have a surveillance society in a free society. So if we're going to go into a total surveillance society, they need our biometrics, because you can't have a surveillance society in a free society. So that's the next thing that they're going to start coming after us. Now I want to get into this. They want to make us their slaves, because down through history, look in Egypt, in Babylon, all those other countries, they marked the people as their slaves. They had a mark on them. For a good example of that is, look what they did to the Jews during the Holocaust. They had a special mark labeled on them as a slave. And this is what they want to do to us. Biometrics, I want to get into what biometrics is. Biometrics is body measurements. They're going to do your hand. They're going to analyze your hand, ammetry machine, hand scanning, and it's going to take your hand, and now your hand is digital. It's in the computer. And then the next step would be, you're going to put these things on your eyes, and it's going to take a picture of your eyeball. It's going to go all the way back into your vein pattern. So you can do an iris scan, and then the next step would be take a picture of your face. So you can do facial recognition, which they're already doing to us outside on the street corners, everywhere. Even Facebook is analyzing our face. Facebook is known for facial recognition. Each picture that you post, they're taking our pictures and they're doing facial recognition. They're collecting us. So that's what they want to do. They want to bring in biometrics to the whole world. There's a push on the globe right now for all the governments to come out and bring in biometrics for its citizens. They want to label us as cattle. This is too much control for the government to have in their hands. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? Because some people say, oh, what's the big deal? You're trying to make everything out like it's a big thing. Well, it is a big thing, ladies and gentlemen. They're taking my rights away, and you're saying this is what's the big deal about it? They're taking away my rights. So you won't be able to travel unless you do a thumb scan. They're bringing these things in the stores, ladies and gentlemen. Hand scanning machines, finger tracking machines, tracing machines, finger tracing. They're bringing us all in the stores. Do your research on biometrics. This is not a good thing. So if you don't take their digital hand mark, you'll be committing a crime. So everybody must take the mark. I'm getting sick and tired of this, ladies and gentlemen. People are sitting down and they don't even care about it. This is so true. Like I heard about, they said the young people today, they're just more concerned about new cell phones, new mobile phones, new this, new that. And yet these people, they don't even care that their rights and their liberties and their freedoms are being stripped from them. They're being eradicated from them. And this is so true. So everybody must take the mark. A digital hand mark. This is what they're bringing in, is biometrics. A national ID card. On that card, it's going to be linked into a fingerprint. So you can go to a finger scanning machine. Because they said, this is how it's going to work. Because I saw it. Okay? The banker was explaining how it's going to work. You're going to have your own unique smart card linked in with your biometrics. Now your fingerprint is on the card. Now when you go to a teller machine or whatever, you put in your card and then you put your finger on the finger scanning machine. Now, your card is in the machine. It's reading your fingerprint, and the machine that's reading your finger, that's on the finger scanning machine, identifies that it's the same finger that is on that card, and that's how you will get the money out. So if you don't have it, you can't do it. This is how they're going to lock people out of their system. They want to label us as slaves. And if you don't take it, you're a terrorist. You are a terrorist. That's what they're saying. We need to go into this. But it's a bunch of bull. This is a bunch of bull, ladies and gentlemen. This is part of their control grid. They want to label us as their cattle, as their property. But we are not. We are free humanity, as humanity has standed through the test of time. And yet they're taking away our rights and our liberties. This is the Antichrist system that is being set up. Rather you guys, whoever's listening to this right now, rather you believe in it or not, time is going to show you guys that I told you guys the truth. And they're going to make this sound like a good thing, because the propaganda is already here. They're training people's minds. They're programming people's minds through the television. Yeah, this is a good thing. They're going to say, we're fighting a global threat throughout the whole world, and that threat is identity fraud. We are getting frauded by our money. People are stealing our identity. Because some people, it even happened to my mom. When someone from Germany took her own money out of her own bank account, so they're gonna always use a crisis to take advantage of that crisis, and they can bring in their solution, problem, reaction, solution. So they're gonna make this sound all nice. You have your own unique, special national biometric ID card that is linked in with your biometrics. It is 100% secure. There's no one like you. It is linked into your biometrics, and that's how you will buy and sell. Imagine, you're going to have to scan. They're going to scan us to buy stuff. They're bringing in hand scanning machines in the grocery stores. Everywhere. They're getting rid of cash. They are getting rid of cash, ladies and gentlemen. And there's an organization that's called Future Money Summit. No, Future Money Format. A group of people, they come together and say, how are we going to deal with the world? What are we going to do for the future of money? So we want to get rid of money. We want to go into digits, digitalized. We're going to have digital cards, a plastic card. So you're going to have to relate on a stupid piece of plastic. This is for real, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming down the line. Okay, you guys may think I'm far off right now, but this is what's happening. Because the banker was saying, the guy that I was listening to, he said that they were having a meeting in Montreal. They want to bring biometrics everywhere. They said it's old, but it's now time to bring it worldwide, biometrics. And they were having a meeting in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And they said biometrics is going to go into Canada, United States, Australia, and Britain. Not just there, but the whole world. Because all the governments of the world, they actually said it in their own statements, that we are going to enforce the biometric system upon its people. And what's for the reason to install this biometric system? It's not for your own security. It's to track you. It's for tracing, linking, and surveilling you. Like I said, you cannot have a surveillance society in a free society. So with time, they're going to start coming after us. This is all that it's about, ladies and gentlemen. So I pray that you guys will stand up for your rights and for your freedoms and your liberties, and do not submit to a national ID card. No matter what happens to you, even if they throw you in prison or whatever. Because I said you will not be able to have a bank account, you'll not be able to get a job, you won't be able to do anything without this national ID card. It's going to replace your social security number. They want to label us as numbers. That's why they want to get rid of cash, because they can't trace us with cash. And by the way, this is what I fear, is this. Because it said Canada may beat the United States to a cashless society. Because most Canadians already just use credit cards, debit cards. Very few Canadians just use cash. Most of them are just using plastic credit cards to do their transactions. And by the way, the Canadian government has already eliminated the penny. And then you have the midship organization saying, oh, why don't we just eliminate the rest of the coins and dimes as well? Wouldn't it make it a lot better? You save even more money. You see, it's always about the money. They are following a political agenda to bring this whole world to enslave humanity. They're drawing everybody into their pyramid. And then they're going to enslave everybody. That's all that it has to do with is enslavement. They want to enslave everybody, and this is what they're doing. This is the matrix, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is not okay. The world is in jeopardy right now. They want to enslave humanity through this. And so many people are going to accept it. And what's going to replace the national ID card, that's just a stone towards the mark of the beast. That's all that it is. We're going to have everybody implanted with a digital tattoo mark, a biometric mark, a laser mark, or whatever kind of mark it will be. And you won't be able to buy or sell without it. This is with everything that's happening. We're bringing in a one world government, with a one world currency, one world religion, one world everything. Everything's going to be united. You have a cashless currency. And by the way, that's why the Canadian government stopped printing the Canadian currency. All our money is plastic. And they're talking about going into a digital currency. Canada. And the Canadians are, or is it midship organizations that's working on a digital coin for Canada. Total surveillance, ladies and gentlemen. They want us. They want to track our every move. They want to know us. And this is not even safe, because they do data meddling. Every purchase that you make with a credit card, debit card, whatever, the government takes it, and they're meddling data, they're studying it, and they're selling it between different governments. And they're making profit off of you. That is the dangers of this. Biometrics. These are the dangers of biometrics, okay, ladies and gentlemen? And plus, it's an invasion of your privacy. They can track you, they can dictate how you can live, they can do whatever. And if you step in the way, they just have to push one button, they freeze your account, they freeze the card, you can't do nothing. So you're going to have to relate on the government. That's how powerful the government is becoming. Exactly as the Bible said. This is all Bible prophecy coming to pass. So I just wanted to let you guys be aware of this. May you stand up and fight for your rights, and do not submit to a biometric ID card regardless of what happens to you. This is government control. They're going to make it all sound nice. This is to protect you from identity theft. We came up with a new identification system. You're going to be in a database. They're going to know everything you buy. Absolutely every single detail aspect of your entire life. Nothing will be secret anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This is the dangers. This is the dangers. And they're already calling us terrorists. People that are pro-life are terrorists. People that they have a love for their country, that love the Constitution, are terrorists. People that are Christians are terrorists. We are going to be the new Jew. Because there was a Jewish rabbi, he said that Christians will become the new Jew. They're going to hate us. The people of the world are going to hate us. Exactly as Jesus said. Everything is in place right now. We're already living in a global economy. You just need a world government to control it. And what's underway as well is a one world currency. This is what they're doing, people. You guys can laugh and think I'm crazy. Go right ahead. When this comes down the line, you're going to realize that I told you the truth. But I can't blame people that don't believe this, because they're ignorant. They're not informed. They have no knowledge at all. They're just believing what people are telling them. They need to do their research and see what is really going on. Because you cannot comprehend to what is really going on right now. The mega bankers, the financial bankers are getting ready for the global takeover. They're ushering in their new world order, their one world government, where everybody's going to have to take a national ID card that is linked in with their biometrics, and that's how they're going to enslave humanity. But that's just a footstone towards the mark of the beast. Okay? The next step will be a digitalized tattoo mark that everybody's going to have to take, and without it you won't be able to buy or sell a thing without it. So it's going to be a digital mark that will be attached to a computer, and all your whereabouts will be under total surveillance through satellite communications. They'll know your every move. This is what they want. They want to know everything about us. They'll know what time you leave the house. They'll be able to track you from satellite with that mark. Satellite tracking from that mark. This is the Antichrist. So this is all I got to say. So for my brothers and sisters in Christ, be ready to meet the Lord. If this comes to you before the rapture, you must fight and stand up against it. And that's all I gotta say, and God bless you all.